Davey Painters, painting roofs in your district for over 30 years.
It's 9:21 at 1XX. Time for our Marine Report with Rick Pollock. Rick, I've been thinking to myself all morning, a lot of what I'm doing is almost irrelevant when you realise what has happened in America. Most of us, I don't think, can comprehend the magnitude of this horrific tragedy, the biggest terrorist attack the world has experienced.
Well, it's exactly when I got news of that this morning, call just after 7 o'clock, it's exactly what I thought. I mean, everything pales into insignificance, and things that we place so much importance in our daily lives, and then suddenly you get into something of this magnitude, and you just, it's just all chicken feed, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and
it's catastrophic. Actually, I think from this day on, even though we're really lucky to live in such a remote little country of New Zealand, I think this will, in many ways, change the course of the rest of our lives.
Yeah,
I really believe that.
I remember one quote, just regarding New Zealand's location, one quote from history years ago, it's important not to be important. And lucky over here in little old New Zealand, we have got, we're quite isolated, which has many advantages, I guess. But who knows what's going to unfold, what things are going to come to light. Osama bin Laden is the finger's been pointed in his direction, because he's had many attempts, but he has had a number of other attacks in the past on that American warship and other buildings as well. But it's going to be interesting as to financially, the financial ramifications of this.
Huge. Apparently, someone was telling me that the New York Stock Exchange lost 7% in about 2 hours this morning, and they just shut it down. Yeah. So, because it was just a catastrophic selling and stuff. So, yeah, it's got huge repercussions. Anyway, well, I'm sure in the next 48 hours, a lot of things will become apparent that aren't now. At least to the layperson like you and I.
Exactly.
Incidentally now, and this is along the lines of what we've been speaking about, the fishing club actually have already had a little bit of a conference, a couple of the committee members and the president and the manager, as to whether or not they should be holding the draw tonight in light of what's happened today. And apparently there's been something that's already come across, and maybe you've already heard about this. Being so isolated as I am, I'm just going by hearsay so far, but apparently this is just about exactly what the Arab countries or the Islamics, I guess, would want, and that is for us to change our pattern of life significantly because of these terrorist attacks. So, in light of what's being said about that, they will be having the draw tonight. Although there will be a short dedication as to what's happened today at the club. So, anybody wanting to have a night out, if you're still in the mood for it, it will be going ahead, although maybe a little bit subdued.
Well, I was just talking with a policeman that popped in this morning, and he said he's got a 10-minute walk to work, and it took him half an hour to get there because people were stopping on the street talking about it in shock here in New Zealand. Kiwis in shock.
Yep. And we couldn't get much further away from it, so I can imagine what the rest of the world is doing at the moment. So.
Well, just when you think there are 50,000 work in the World Trade Center, 60,000 visitors daily, that building doesn't exist anymore. 50,000, that's like saying goodbye to Nelson or Whakatane.
Yes. Yeah, it's how many stars are in the sky, Carl? It's along those lines. It's incomprehensible, really, I think, for the average person. So anyway, on that note, I guess we'll end the report today, and maybe we'll have a little bit more cheerful tomorrow. But personally, I'm not much in the mood for talking today.
Okay, Rick, well, hopefully you catch a few fish.
Yeah, hopefully.
A few big ones?
See you, mate.
Yeah, okay, cheers.
Bye.
9:26.
The 1XX Marine Report was proudly brought to you by the Whakatane Sports Fishing Club, situated on Whakatane's main wharf, and Davey Painters, George Street, Whakatane.
We'll have a special news update very soon on the latest regarding the horrific, unbelievable tragedy in the US, the biggest terrorist attack ever. Here's the Eagles at 1XX.
I like the